All right, guys, here we go. We are starting the review for juniors and sophomores, seniors. You guys got your final presentations that you'll be getting today. So, first off, going to go through what the juniors and sophomores have got today. You guys have got Unit 1 review. As you can see, you're going to be creating your own reviews for these units as we go. These are going to get averaged together. They are going to be individual grades, but they will end up getting you another quiz and test grade as we go. Now, you guys will have your presentations too, don't worry, but not yet. Not yet. Now, taking a look first off for today, what is required? What is required? You can provide examples today of the topics we covered in Unit 1. Some of them you may have to go back for, so make sure you still got your notes for that. For each topic, provide a picture example, or if you explain an example, just provide a link to what example you're explaining for that one. Some topics will give you the specific prompts. Again, just make sure you answer what the questions are asking. Some of you are not answering all of what every question has been asking in these assignments. You'll notice that's where some of those points have gone. Make sure you just answer what the questions are asking. And then while there's no set minimum at this point, just understand what you give me in these reviews is going to show me how much you know. The less you give me, the less I can give you. So I would go a little above and beyond as opposed to, giving a little less of the minimum effort. And as it says, reviews will be averaged and you'll get your final quiz and test grade for your final review. Now, for the Unit 1 topics today, first off, explaining the roles of president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer, explaining also the qualities that you would want for each of those. You do not have to provide an example for each of those. Just explain the roles and then what qualities you would look for in that person holding that office. Explain 2 out of the 6 types of teams. You see the 6 of them listed there and provide an example of what it would look like in the real world. After that, explaining the concept of netiquette and providing 2 examples of good netiquette, 2 examples of bad. Of course, explain why they are good and bad. And again, make sure we put a little effort. Don't give the minimum there. If you just say they're being mean, that may not get you all the points that you want to get. And then last but not least, explaining the concept of business ethics and then give an example of when a company does something that is unethical, but it's legal, and then explain why you think it is legal. So that's going to be our review for Unit 1 for the sophomores and juniors. And now on to the senior final review. So personal finance presentation, let's make sure we have that one. There we go, set in the middle. So seniors, you guys are going to be creating a presentation on any topic that we have covered in our time in this class. Now understand the topic that you decide, because I will give you today to decide it. The topic you decide has to allow you to give a 10-minute presentation. If you pick a topic that doesn't give you a 10-minute presentation, that's on you. So make sure you think of what you would be presenting and using that to pick something that hopefully is going to be somewhat interesting to you to learn a little bit about before you get out of here. Now, these will be done on Zoom, so make sure, again, that we've got a Google slide presentation ready to go. You will be presenting that. You do not have to be on camera. I will also tell you, you are allowed to use videos in this. If you use the video, it's got to be embedded into the Google slide. If you end up going outside of the Google slide to have to click into another website to get that video to show, you will lose points because, again, that was part of Unit 1, was going through all the Google slides and docs and forms and all that stuff that we've done. Now, you'll have until Friday to schedule your presentation. They have to be done by Sunday. You will have a link which you can click on, which has a scheduler that you will use. All you'll do is sign up for a 20-minute slot. We just do that just in case people tend to, go over a little bit, but you'll sign up for a 20-minute slot. You'll then have that time to give your presentation. Make sure you're on time. And make sure, again, you fill up the 10 minutes. And at the very least, if you're not going to schedule the presentation and you don't do a presentation, at least upload the Google Slides so I can try to give you something as opposed to nothing for our senior grades. And then looking at the requirements, again, it's going to be 10-minute long. So as long as your presentation goes 10 minutes, understand if you use a lot of videos, the next part of what you see here is going to be a little longer for you. So it's again says, I'm going to have questions for you after your presentation based on what you talked about. Make sure you can answer those questions. Make sure you are an expert at what you are going to be presenting. Have at least 3 pictures in the presentation. Make sure you put effort into the slides. As you can see, It's going to be broken down as 75% being your presentation itself. So is it on time? Do you cover the content? Are you well spoken? Does it feel like you understand the material? So in other words, those questions afterwards, if you fumble with those questions, don't know the answers to what some of those material or some of the basic concepts of the material is, you will lose points there. And then 25% of it is going to be the slides that you submit and the slides you use to present. And that's going to be, are they clean? Are there no grammar or spelling errors? Because remember, the slides will tell us if we spell something incorrectly, so make sure there's no errors there. Make sure you've got enough content and that it is organized in a manner that makes sense. If you have any questions, there will be a Google Hangout that I'll be in today. Make sure you jump in and ask anything you need. For you seniors, all I'm going to need from you today is to submit what your topic is going to be, and then it is up to you to get it scheduled by Friday. Now, I will give an update tomorrow with the first part of Life Happens for this week, and that way we can address anything in case there's any confusion about these two assignments today. Now, sophomores and juniors, your guys' assignment for that Unit 1 review is due tomorrow at midnight, and seniors, you guys know what you got. So like I said, if there are any questions, let me know, but if not, have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you tomorrow.